Should I have a field day with what he's saying? All right, let's watch it.
I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her.
Is he reading off this shit?
Short-form content. These people were schizophrenic.
Bro, this fool's reading this shit? Why would you need to read something you experienced?
Since things were just so amazing that first year. But I'm so gay. But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more.
He said, I'm so Professor Xavier.
As we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more. Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in.
Yeah, he's live right now.
Here is a video up close of Emiru's rabbits. These are small little mites that are inside the rabbit cage, and she didn't care.
I gotta hear what Emiru is saying.
This is a video from my own brother. I didn't record this.
Showing rabbit droppings comparing to Emiru saying that she was SA'd is kind of crazy. No, it's not kind of, it actually is.
Fights. But the stalkers continued, and I got even more stressed. They started to take pictures of me whenever I would drive to her house.
Maybe I should just get on stream and cry, because is this shit new to these people or something like that? I mean, look at the fuck I deal with.
I knew this wouldn't last, but I didn't know how to get out of the relationship. This is the situation. I told her that a stalker's at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening? Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone and like a problem.
I wonder what made Emiru just bust out with the shit today. Sorry. Something must have really been fucking with her mentally.
I knew that the relationship wasn't healthy at this point. I knew we had to end it and soon.
Bro, she
admitted that she made me upset with it.
These niggas are not children, I promise you that. Emiru and Mizkif are grown ass.
We broke up for about a month.
Bro.
Then
wait till
the last words I ever heard her say is, "Don't go. I love you."
You know what I always say? That's why I don't believe in the word love in a relationship. It can be used as a manipulation tool. Look, somebody nommed him 50.
I began therapy in February of this year with EMDR therapy, something she recommended me when we were dating.
Bro, if this need therapy, damn it. Am I just the most mentally strong internet figure on the planet? Like, bro, I should have said if she had.
Can you clarify what, if anything, was said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said.
I can't wait to see Emiru.
I've been massively obsessed with streaming and viewership over the years. Someone else, if they're doing much better than me.
He put his hand in her pants after kissing her while she was crying.
Watch my old stream.
This is why I just wait. This is why I wait for women to just make the moves.
I've been very envious of other people.
I'm not about to sit there and I ain't touching it. This is why I don't make moves on women. I just literally don't. You gotta grab, bro. I'll literally lay in bed with you for hours, not touch you. You gotta grab and squeeze and pulsate. I don't play those type of games. If I really wanted to, I could say you SA'd me, because I was sitting in bed watching a Netflix film. You grabbed. I didn't grab you by the. If that's the case, I've been SA'd by every last chick I've ever fucked with, because I just lay there and chicks get frustrated and grab my.
I'll say this.
I didn't pop it out
as well.
That's why as a man, you should never make first moves.
The situations we were in were just cataclysm, both of us. I was a very toxic person, and I knew I needed to get out, so I broke up with her.
How do you avoid a situation like this? I'll elaborate in a bit. Thank you for your donation. I'll elaborate. I'll highlight it so I don't forget it. Matter of fact, I'll pin it.
Leak something?
I think. Can I pin it?
Not today.
I don't think I can. I'm so desperately ready to watch Emiru. Stream over. Already got off. All right. Should I go to her VOD, or should I just go to the Twitter com for it? Before I even go to that, let me answer your question real quick from YouTube. You said, how do you avoid a situation like this? Either way, Mizkif is screwed, because basically it just goes to show, don't mess around with industry girls. Here's the thing. So when you mess around with industry girls, you must be very careful, and you should make them chase you. Like me, I'm not gonna argue with chicks. And mentioning the rabbits was wrong behavior. Me, I'm not gonna make first moves. I'm gonna move like I'm walking on eggshells of fucking with an industry chick, because anything she says, anything that happens that's extracurricular in a negative way can fuck me over. So let's just say if I'm fucking with, let's just say India Love, right? I get so comfortable fucking with her. I just start crashing out. I'm like, damn, I'm texting her shit like, damn, you really just gonna go to Complex Con with your titties out though? Like, you fucking with me? Like, why you trying to be sexy to the general public? I'm sending voicemails. I'm texting everything. Bro, that's That's all literally. I'm fucking with an influencer. Everything I text her can be used against me. Every single last thing. If I'm fucking with an influencer, I'm using very short words, and I'm never getting into an argument or any type of physical confrontation whatsoever. And if it is physical confrontation, it'll be her hitting me and I'm running. That's what you do when you're a man. You run. You don't engage in any way, shape, or form in physical contact with a woman whatsoever. You always run. Look what happened to Jonathan Majors. Imagine if Jonathan Majors didn't just push her and throw her in the car, but he ran. So the second initial action, he did run, right? But the first one where he fucked up is when he was in the car and she was trying to grab his phone and he was tussling with the ice queen in the car, so on and so forth. Bro, he should have just let that chick grab his phone and beat his ass. I'm telling you, everything would have been so much better for him if he would have just said, just let the ice queen fuck him up. Bro, I'm Jonathan Majors, bitch. You want to go through my phone? Just do it. What do I have to lose? I'm Majors. You're a standard ice queen. There's ways you could play this shit as a victim if you're a male. Just you never physically harm a chick at all. You don't mentally abuse. And when I say mentally abuse, you never argue with women. Men, one thing you should never do, don't argue with chicks. Let chicks cuss you out. Let chicks snap on you. Also, don't make first moves on chicks, because the first thing that a chick can say, whether it's true or not, they're a woman. I can't sit over here and tell a woman what she experienced. So who am I to say, oh, she's lying about what she said about Mizkif? If a woman feels like she was essayed, I just automatically got to agree with her. Who am I to say that? Right? She could be easily overpowered by a guy. So here's what I do to just stop any bullshit from coming from me. I always have let women make the first moves on me. I've never been an aggressive guy ever in my life. I've never been an aggressive guy that forcefully wants to. Me, I like to play the long game. Like I said, I'll kick it with you for months, not try to fuck you. I'll lay right in the bed next to you. I'll wait for you to grab. I'll wait for you to do that slick shit where you rub your elbow across my see the sides without grabbing it. I'm gonna let you do everything, because there's never gonna be a time where you could say I made the first move. Even before I started doing this shit, I never made the first moves on chicks. Ever. I don't make first moves. Because as soon as you make first moves, now they got something to document. Especially now when you're on this height of yourself. Like people like Mizkif, you're not a normal guy. Me, I'm not a normal guy. Shout out for the subs over there. Thank you for that. Let me turn this back on. Yeah, this is how guys get caught up. Remember, same shit happened to Mike Tyson back in the day, right? Remember when Mike Tyson did jail time because his ex-wife said that he arred her? Now, if you're a guy that don't make first moves, how does that happen? You don't make no first moves. Yeah, same shit happened to Tupac, everything. When you're aggressive men, being aggressive as a man, especially sexually, is too predictable. You want to throw a woman off? Don't make any moves. I don't care if you got blue balls. A guy making the first move is too predictable. A guy that doesn't make the first move, it makes a chick want you more. But if I'm over there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Now she could say, well, a chick could come 2-3 years later, be like, yeah, there was a time that I fucked with Robert, and I was drunk. I wasn't all the way there, and he just, like, before I know it, he was. Next thing you know, I'm getting backshotted. But it's not something I really want. I won't even fuck you drunk. I don't play those type of games. We can't do multiple shots. And if we do, I'm not fucking you. No, you can't sleep. I'm gonna let you sleep on my bed. I'm gonna go sleep somewhere else. I don't play those type of games. I don't do sex via intoxication. I don't make first moves. I don't grab nothing. I don't play those type of games because this is how you get caught up. Here's the thing. No matter what Mizkif says, when a woman says that you S8 her, there's nothing you can do to beat those allegations. You could be telling the fucking truth, whatever the fuck. Look what happened to Shannon Sharp. He had to pay some ugly, basic-ass mid-face ice queen like multiple M's while she's flossing Cartier bracelets and everything like that all on Instagram. Like, once a chick labels you as an essayer, it doesn't matter what the fuck he said. Doesn't matter what Mizkif just said. He basically just said some shit and pumped it through the internet for fun. Because she sat there and said that she was SA'd. And she popped out of nowhere with it. And you know what? It's almost like, was it strategically done too? Because Emiru just went through some shit at TwitchCon where some tried to go up and kiss all on her on some weirdo shit, right? So that probably could have chain reacted some shit where she was like, you know what? Like, I'm really struggling mentally. It's something that's really fucking with me, and I just gotta let you guys know what happened. When I was with Mizkif, we had a very abusive relationship. He essayed me. So now just chain reacted shit that she was harboring, so it makes it that much worse. On top of that, it makes it that much fucking worse. If the shit never happened at TwitchCon, maybe she would have said nothing. But clearly it was something that was eating her up. And then this shit just chain reacted it. Just like on somebody, let's just say if every day your neighbor just talking shit to you about dog doo-doo. Like, you're gonna clean up the fucking shit? I'm tired of seeing your fucking shit on my lawn. You ignore it for fucking 3 months. Then one day you just like, man, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Shut your bitch ass up. I'm gonna clean up the shit when I do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody has like a mental fuse no matter what it is. So maybe that was Emiru's. Yo, can you give me the VOD? I want to see what Emiru has to say. Pin, thank you.
Apparently there's more to come out.
Oh my god. Damn, if they chain react this dude, if they domino rally this guy, because I mean clearly this isn't the first chick that he's fucked with. So that's really all it takes too. I mean, I really don't need to say it too much. We all live in current time. We know what goes on with this type of shit. I mean, for his sake, I hope that there's no other chicks. I mean, if the rebuttal was rabbit cages and toxicity, it still didn't, as a man, right? It still doesn't make you look any better. Asbin did hint that there was other people and it wasn't his business. Yeah, here's the thing. Imagine how many people are DMing Asmongold right now that are chicks. Because they know Asmongold is like big in like media, right? Like he goes over these type of topics. Imagine how many women are in Asmongold's DMs showing him proof. But it's not his place to just blast it. He's probably just gonna let it happen by itself. Just the fire's already been started. Forest fire's been started already. This shit, it's so scary to just be somebody that's known and fuck with somebody. This is why I just don't be fucking having like any physical or verbal confrontations with chicks. And I just don't make first moves because it's dangerous. And you know what makes it even worse is Emiru's like this cute, like petite woman. So it like everything hits that much harder. If it was just some get with a wig or something like that, we'd probably be laughing about it. You know, we'd probably be like, man, I guess bitch didn't say this shit. Bro, is that a fucking lace front? But the fact that it's like this cute Asian woman and she's so petite, it makes it hit that much worse. Like it hits that much harder. And then on top of that, man, these other chicks, if I'm Mizkif, I'm really like feeling like I'm gonna take a shit in my pants right now because what if all these girls say the same thing? What if they're like, yeah, he roughed me up? This is why I don't play fight with chicks either. I also don't do that. I'll let you choke me out. I'll be like, tap out. Like, first off, I'm too big. So I'm not gonna give you any type of inclinations of anything. All right, let me see what she's talking about.
Like, you guys know, I've been streaming for 10 years. Last week was kind of the first time that I ever really like spoke.
Wait, hold on a second. How come Emiru could stream for 10 years and nobody says anything, but I could do content for 10 and people are like trying to clown me for being better than at life? I don't. All right, anyways, let's get back to the topic again. My bad.
Super detailed notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah.
I mean, she seems to be really nervous. See how shaky her voice is? I mean, I don't really, I've only been in Emiru's stream like a couple of times, but her voice is very shaky. Is it always shaky or is it just extra shaky because now?
She literally did this to link him to the TwitchCon incident forever.
Extra shaky today? Okay, some of you guys might know because you watch Emiru. I haven't been in her streams long enough to pick up any specific characteristics.
Reached, like, apologized to privately. They put that out without, like, consulting me or anything. I didn't know
quick
that they were gonna
question.
do that, so
Is
that
this a wig or this is like really her hair? It just looks too perfect. Oh, okay, because she does like with anime and shit, so you never know. I forgot. I'm not watching it yet. I'm tripping.
And they're like, yeah, they're refusing to give us the name, which
you said it was already written about on the Economy Times and a bunch of other news outlets. It's not good for Mizkif. Bro, anytime a high profile, especially a high profile, it's bad regardless. But anytime a chick labels you as somebody that S8'd her, you can't shake that. Whether you did it or not, you can't shake it. because that's a serious allegation. Yeah, Johnny Depp beat it because Amber Heard was trying to do witchcraft. So that shit didn't work out for her. Yeah, let me know when you get the timestamp and then I'll continue. No, I know you're laughing, but no. When you look it up, when you put feces in somebody's bed, like if a bitch was to take a shit in my bed, that's a form of witchcraft. Do your research. It's an actual spell. And it actually did work on him. Bet you guys didn't know that, huh? Gotta stop being so green to the world. Yeah, it was literal witchcraft. It wasn't just, oh, let me just dookie in his bed because I hate him. Go look it up. Go look it up. What does it mean when a woman shits in your bed? It's an actual spell. I can look it up for you, but this is also why I'm a firm believer that you shouldn't just eat a random woman's cooking, because if a woman practices witchcraft, she knows how to do it via food too. Anytime a bitch is real adamant talking about, let me cook for you, no. My answer is always, I don't eat people's cooking. All right, let me blow it up for you guys. So it says the feces spell, folk magic style. Cursing, the feces spell is quite, this is quite a dangerous spell when done properly, which sounds weird, but as you already know, but as you're really just shitting on toilet paper, a witch will do this spell with care, if at all. Have you ever hated somebody so much that you wish the worst to happen to them? Then you may want to consider the feces spell. This is a simple folk magic style spell which falls into the banishing spell category in witchcraft. In conjure, it has been called the shit on him or shit on her spell. Either way, this spell would be considered black magic. I'm saying all of the above. This is a great spell for a beginner witch and one for all witches who have it in their book of shadows. So you must be absolutely certain that the intended target deserves the punishment that you're about to give them, and you cannot have any doubts or reservations. Subconscious thoughts about the consequences of hexing may sabotage your spell. You must hate the target so much that cursing the person each day for a period of time will make you feel great happiness, as the thought of them suffering brings you relief. All right, I'll just leave it there. You do the rest yourself. But I knew when she shit in his bed, I knew she was a witch, or she practices witchcraft. Even on a lower moderate level, who knows? Maybe she practices on a high, but the shit she was doing to Johnny Depp, it was working. And then maybe the hex wore off or something over a period of time, which is how she lost the case. Maybe she didn't have the same hate for him the more she looked at him in the courtroom. But you got the timestamp for me? No, I wouldn't fuck with a chick that does witchcraft.
I think that at a certain point, if you know a lot of things about someone and you don't say anything to look out for others,
she has an emote only?
It's wrong to keep it to yourself. I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people. And I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out.
So here's the thing. All right, I'm gonna let it play. But here's the thing. I don't even want to say like better at it, but when Emiru is reading it, hers doesn't sound like a script. Like it sounds like actual pain. Now, I'm not trying to take anybody's side or anything like that, but I'm just giving you my input on the situation. I'm just a bystander. I'm just listening. But so when Mizkif was reading it, well, I know, when Mizkif was reading it, it sounded like a script. It sounded like a narration to a Netflix show, like a story. When Emiru is reading hers, it sounds like an actual experience. Miz showed DMs and videos. I'm sure he did, but I mean, bro, as a guy, you can't beat certain shit. Like, look what happened to Bill Cosby. Not trying to put Mizkif in the same category as Bill Cosby, but bro, Bill Cosby had fun with some chicks back in the 70s. All these chicks 40 years later aired his shit out. Now he could never shake it. Dude lost hella money, went into jail in his 80s or in 70s or 80s or something like that. Boom. Nobody knows where Bill Cosby is now. He fell off the face of the planet. So
At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees.
Well, hold on. So you said Bill Clinton, but Bill Clinton didn't essay. He just got top. There's a difference. Bill Clinton shit was infidelity. It wasn't an essay. so when you use like certain examples, you gotta like think for a second, like, wait a minute. You know? That wasn't an essay situation.
Ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits.
Oh my God, hold on a second. So Emiru, I'm asking a stupid question. Emiru did this first, right? Like, did he think before he wrote the prompt? Because why would you mention the rabbits if you've already watched Emiru's shit? Why did you mention the rabbits when she literally said this before? She said it before you said it. Why would you mention the fucking rabbits? That's what I'm saying. Like, when I'm watching Emiru's shit, it comes off like from a place of hurt, from a place of like, of torment, so on and so forth. And then when I was watching Mizkif, I'm not trying to shit on anybody when I say this, but I gotta call a spade a spade. But when I was watching this shit, it didn't seem like genuine shit. And it came from a horrible place of bullshit rebuttal. Like, it doesn't correlate. You said I'm falling for it? Falling for what? You said she's fake crying? All right, so if your mom came to you right now today, or your sister, or whatever the fuck, right? Any woman in your family came to you and said, with any type of tears, came to you and said, I was essayed, like I was at the place, this guy tried to take advantage of me, forced himself up on me, just any form of essay. You're going to tell your mom she was fake crying? You're going to tell your sister she was fake crying? Or your girlfriend, you're going to tell her that it's fake? I'm just saying, how can you watch both? How can you watch both? We watched the Mizkif shit, we're watching this. How could you, like, you know what I mean? You said it's easy to mask it? All right.
Because I'm gonna run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can.
And there's people in the chat that think like that really thinks that she's lying about the situation. So you really think that a woman of Emiru's stature, right? She doesn't need the lie. She doesn't need the clout. Doesn't need the fame. Doesn't need the extra money. You think that she would lie about something like this? Amber Heard? What the fuck was going on? Oh, they were married and shit. Like I said, I'm on nobody's side in particular. I'm just listening to the sides and I'm just giving my opinion. But it's always bad and it's always horrible, I would say, when a woman accuses you of SA, because that could mean so many different things. SA could be, I seen you cooking in the kitchen and I went from behind you and kissed your neck. You're like, stop. That's SA. SA could mean where I just see you and slap your, that's SA. I could gobble without you being 100%, in consent. That's obviously SA. I mean, right? That's all SA, right? They're like, SA is just such a broad spectrum that it's like, you just don't want that label on you at all. You just don't want it on you under any circumstances. I don't give a fuck if it was a peck on the cheek. If you went up and just went and was like, and just kissed her on the cheek, she's like, did I say you could fucking kiss me, you stupid fucker? You're like, but I mean, no, that's sexual assault. You just don't want it at all. So no matter what the circumstance, it's bad regardless. Like, we don't know, when Emiru says SA, we don't know what style of SA, but they were in a relationship. So that's what makes it even more dangerous, is that they were in a relationship. So they clearly had contact. That could mean anything. So it's just like, it's so many rules to being a guy that men should start practicing, especially in a timeline like this. We see bullshit like this in the media all the time. So it's like, Just got to be careful. Let me see what else she has to say. Is that it, or does she say more? Or I don't ever ask for top. I keep it so fresh, so clean. You're just like, so yeah, I don't ask for top. Ever than that. Exactly. Meanwhile, we got somebody crying over getting twerked on. Like, that video is gonna drop tomorrow. Like, that's still ridiculous to me, considering somebody that's experienced women forcing themselves up on me. Like, I just don't consider that shit essay on that category. Not this category, but that other shit from yesterday. Anyways, does she say she keeps going? All right, bet. It gets much worse.
I moved in with him. I believe it was the end of 2021. Because he offered. I was living alone at the time, and I was having stalker issues in Kansas. And I mean, you guys know like all the stuff that happened there. I ended up joining the org and everything. We did a lot of streams together. And I mean, a lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. We started
I want to read your
dating.
message, but
We
the
were in
time
a relationship starting January 2022. After I joined OTK.
You said if he was innocent, his friends would still fuck with him. He's clearly the common. So nobody fucks with Mizkif anymore? Like, he doesn't have a friend group anymore? I seen the shit with the DoorDash chick. I did. She tried to say she was SA because she opened the door and it was a fat slob, but it's out. And she said she was SA when it was passed out. And like Dr. Robotnik without clothes. Not the same group? Okay.
I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden from friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously people all eventually figured it out. They're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship, which it's not the issue, but that's just, you know, making that clear for details.
Emiru should probably fuck with a black guy. If she wanted somebody that can make her feel safe. See, a black man is gonna cherish Emiru like a precious doll. Not a ROG though. It's got to be a new age black. Somebody like me, a Michael B. Jordan. Got to be a new age. Can't be a basic black.
He would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruise very easily.
All
he
women.
Would, throw his
look,
phone
here's.
at
Let me tell you guys
I would
something,
tell
chat.
him, you know,
All women bruise easily. Not just a certain type. All women bruise easily. They just don't have as tough as an exterior as a man. I've never tossed anything at a chick before. Like in my life. I've had women toss shit at me. But I've never tossed anything at a woman before. Because I've always thought like, damn, like anything I do could fuck a chick up. So I never even played that fucking game. Like not one time. I never was like, bitch. I never even threw a dodgeball at a woman before. Like I never even threw a football, nothing. Like, cause like, bro, maybe it's because I'm black. I think differently about how situations could play out. Like, remember when I told you guys those years ago that the Ice Queen stayed at my fucking door for hours because I wouldn't let her in? Bro, I was so scared. I was so fucking scared because I'm like, bro, I'm black. So it's like this Ice Queen is just at my door. She wouldn't leave. I had to call the cops on this chick. I wasn't playing no game. She's like, just please, just let me in. Like, I want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm thinking, I called the cops on this bitch. Stayed outside of my door for 6 hours. I'm like, I said, if you don't leave, I'm calling the fucking cops. I was like, get away from my fucking door. And you know how it started? Because I used to play like psychological games with chicks. So I'm going to go back to the Emiru shit, all right? I'm going to just make this real quick. So since I'm not a guy that talks about like fucking you and shit like that, it makes, when you're a guy that don't talk about actual shit, like you could have a actual session, right? But you're not like, damn, baby, I mean, shit, the shit was fire last night, blah, blah, blah. And when the chick starts talking about it, it did happen. Why would I've lived a life you could never live. Thank you for the 5 though. Anyways, So she starts mentioning sex, and I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, what do you mean? We fucked like 3 nights ago. I'm like, no, we didn't. That shit must have made her hot. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, we never hooked up. I don't remember fucking you or anything. I literally just kept saying that. And she's like, if you keep saying that, I swear to God, I'm going to fucking come over right now. And I was just like, anyways, I said, we never fucked. Anyways, we never fucked. I just kept saying I didn't fuck everything. I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. You never gave me top. We never nothing. Bro, when I tell you this chick pulled up an hour later and stayed outside of my fucking door for 6 fucking hours. And what sucked too is I had my window cracked. So I couldn't even go close the window. I tried to act like I was at home. This chick stayed outside of my door from early afternoon to the sun peaked behind the mountains already. And I had to call the cops on this chick. Bro, even when I threatened to call the cops on this chick, she still didn't want to leave. Until she heard me, I called the cops by the window. I said, yeah, I got a Caucasian woman outside of my door. I'm black. I don't want anybody to think anything's going on. She wouldn't leave my house. It's been 6 hours. She's like, did you just fucking call the cops at me? And she had an anthropoid too. It's like, did you really just fucking call the cops at me? Just fucking let me in. She's like, I'm not gonna fucking leave. Bro, it took an hour after I called the cops for her to finally like dip. So yeah, me personally, I don't play these throwing water bottles at chicks, getting physical. I don't do any of that shit because it's too dangerous. How somebody gonna donate saying it didn't happen? Like, that's the fuck. How you gonna tell me what life I lived? He's like, damn, like this no bitch ever went crazy for me. My game must be weak. Let me just drop $5 and say it didn't happen because it never happened to me. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
It scared me. I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always thrown at me glass bottles at me, despite me telling him
you can unban that guy, by the way.
Like it, and it scared me, and I bruised very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always, you know, was like, oh, it's an accident. And I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like, you know, of course I'm not gonna think that, you know, I just
throwing shit at your girl is crazy.
At the time, I just kind of was, you know, I just brushed it off.
Found him out for 80. Yeah, you could just make it a little.
Looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense.
Bro, see, this is all I always say, like, women are
believing everything she's saying because she has a broken voice. Like, drop the evidence already, damn.
Here's the thing, shut up for the bitch. Here's the thing about women, like, women are so much smarter than guys. Like, especially with receipts. Like, bro, there's a chick right now you fucked 5 years ago that still has your text thread. I promise you that. Or somewhere. Like, you see. No, the reason why I'm saying this is because, look, hold on. There's something that she said. Hold on.
We're never really live doing the same thing at the same time.
Bro, her receipts were so crazy that she literally gave you an analytic receipt saying that I didn't stream on XYZ days because XYZ. And we listened to Mizkif for an hour, and he was talking about rabbits. Bro, he should have came on here with the same type of shit, but women are just they're more analytically sound with a lot of shit. She even told people I didn't stream this year, these specific days because XYZ, to make sure that what I said earlier correlates with what I'm saying now.
For a very long time, and a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was because of him. And now I stream whenever I want, but the first time that we ever...
So damn, she even threw in the fact that she was analytically in jail while she was fucking with Mizkif as well. And women are just so great at this shit. Like, this is why I just don't believe God could ever be a man. Like, I refuse to believe that. Like, God definitely took his time. Well, not his. God definitely took their time on women way more than guys. Even from a visual aspect, just like shit. Like, even since the beginning of time, like, women have always just beat guys at shit. Not like physically, but just damn, like, just do your research on so many regimes that fell over women. I don't even got to tell you history, but it's just like, shit. God never had a beard, bro. What are you talking about? Nobody's ever seen the entity. You said in the Bible, God calls himself a he. Show me the fucking script, and then I'll try to figure out how to explain that. Maybe God wanted to portray themselves as a he. And let's just say, even if God is a he, God spent more time on women than men, clearly. You know, men are just like, come on, bro. Like, look at the average guy. Gut, it's floppy. Not saying you're supposed to be looking at men as a visual attraction, but I'm just saying, like, clearly, if you look at the human beings next to each other, God definitely spent way more time on women. Look, bro, even down to the private parts of a woman. Look at that compared to we just got like, we just got an elephant's trunk with a tip. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if you got a or something like that too. You don't even got an artifact. Like, some of you motherfuckers don't even possess an artifact, so your shit's really trash. It said in the Bible, God the Father and the Son. That could be so vague. Maybe that's just the way God wanted to depict themselves in this realm. I don't know. But regardless of the fact, man or whatever the hell, God definitely spent way more time creating women. And you're gonna spend way more time creating the second prototype. Your second prototype's always gonna be better than your first, right? So first man was created, right? Damn, I don't know what to do with this thing. Give him a cock. The nipples, I don't even know what they're there for. Just, we'll do something without the second prototype. Testosterone, better bone density, strong. Boom, they're done. But with women, let's take our time with this one. All right, I want you to, let's work on the private part. Blossom. So the is going to blossom. Basically, the is going to be an unblossomed flower. Then we're going to make curvature in the hip area to appease the man. We're going to make breasts that also feed the anthropoids, but visually and artistically look great to appease the man, right? To put him at ease. We're going to make the face symmetrically better. We're going to make the eyes seductive. We're going to make the lips luscious. Like, God was really in his bag when it came to women. Really. And then that's what made women so much better, like, at fooling us. Like, they were made second. So their brains, I think, work a little bit better when it comes to this shit. Just look at Emiru's response. Well, it's not even a response. Look at Emiru's homework and how she laid down things analytically down to a science compared to Mizkif talking about rabbits. So Emiru did her shit first. You had all this time to basically just do better homework, and you just talked about rabbits and showed rabbit shit in a dirty ass cage. She contacted her lawyer, but the statement, whatever she's reading, it sounds like it's from a personal diary. It doesn't sound like it's from ChatGPT or that an attorney wrote it. Does her shit sound like ChatGPT to you, or does it sound like a sealed pink diary? Yeah, exactly. Shiva predicted he was gonna say something about the rabbits.
He's live. We're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public. There are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's, doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. We're gonna have fun. Like, I was really, really excited.
Yeah, she got notes from years ago.
And then I start seeing in my chat, people start saying, unofficial Ms. Raid, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Authenticity?
And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying, like, basically he was upset because I had higher viewership than him.
Wait, what?
Long for this. He's saying, like, Emmy, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc.
Well, like, that's a prime indication too. If you're a woman and a guy starts talking about how he's gonna just end the relationship. Only an irrational man is going to keep using the fact that I'm gonna possibly as a form of manipulation, I would say. Like, that's literally the dumbest shit. And it's also very, like, bro, like, I feel like I thought men stopped using the line as a teenager. Like, the last time I told a chick I was gonna if she stopped fucking with me or whatever, Bro, I think I was like 16 or some shit. 17. that, that was exactly, bro. I was a fucking teenager. That's a teenage line. Like grown men, we don't. At least I thought we don't use the line. Like we don't say, "I'm just, baby, I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna." I'm like, it's over. Damn, we're talking about viewership, and he said he was in a. It's crazy.
Basically, he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally it. I had higher viewership than him. And like I said, this is during an event. So there were drops. Like everyone knows when there's drops, like it's not even fucking real, but.
I'm gonna because I don't get the right of viewers. Yo, if that's the case, I should every night because I should every night, chat, because sometimes I get a ban, sometimes I don't. Like, you know what I mean? I'm never like looking at my viewership like, damn, these ain't tapping in tonight like that. You know what, chat? I'm like, bro, the luxury that some of these have is literally crazy. AJ Cars, thank you for the 5 get to. Yo, chat, we did an 8-hour stream last night and we only did 35 subs in 8 hours. I'm like, bro, the luxury some of these streamers have is crazy. I'm just thankful to have an audience that fucks with me, no matter what the viewership at this point. I mean, I've been doing this for so long, but to threaten to come over to my girlfriend over viewers is literally insane. Shit, shout out for the candy. It's literally fucking insane. Yeah, bro, he gets nasty viewers
he's
too.
Really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro,
I watched it before this.
Come back and play. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's like wondering where you are. But yeah, he ended his stream. And then...
You know what, chat? If we don't get...
LTG don't cloaks drop a candy to save LTG.
Chat, if we don't fucking hit 4K subs by the end of the stream, I swear to God, I'm... Like, no bullshit. There's no fucking way that we should be doing 8-hour streams. I don't hit 4K. I'm like... Wait, hold on. You said what's... You don't want to fucking know. You don't want to fucking find out. Just don't fucking let me go to the 8th hour of this stream and we don't hit 4K. It's going to be very bad. Imagine I just say shit like that. Or I'm just texting my girl. I'm just texting.
Did Mizkif mean when he said I'm so gay in his response video?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. That was actually kind of crazy. We actually watched it live. Space for shout out for the 27 months. And so it's like now he might piss off the LGBTQ because correlating crying to gay men, it's like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, we'll see if somebody catches that.
So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like, I hate all you.
Wait, you say Emiru was telling the truth? They leaked the videos of him abusing his ex? What, like Twitter today? Damn, imagine like being blessed with thousands of people to watch your stream and you're upset because your girlfriend is beating you in viewership. So you start pouting and slamming the fucking door. Look, chat, thank you guys for being here tonight. No bullshit. I'm grateful whether I get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the fuck. I appreciate you. That's kind of crazy. Like some of these streamers don't realize how great they have it. If you have 10,000 plus people to watch you every night, you do realize that's 10,000 people. You know what 10,000 people looks like in a room? You know what 1,000 people looks like in one room? Didn't you have 40 fucking K tonight? It's just like shit. Hold on, chat. Could you guys, if you have video footage, could you PM it to my mod Virtual Mill, or PM it to Shint? PM it to my mods and they'll put it in my Twitter community so that I could watch it. You said her story doesn't add up. She acted like she never had a relationship for 3 years. Well, here's the thing with that. Let me explain that to you very quickly and briefly. So the appeal is, as a female streamer that is popular, you want to appear single. It's called marketing, right? It's called playing the analytic game correctly. Bro, I know chicks right now that's extra popular, XYZ. I know a lot of shit about a lot of streamers, whether you know it or not. I've had conversations with people, like so on and so forth. A female streamer on any type of level should never admit that she has a boyfriend, especially if you have a strong male audience. Why the fuck would you do that? You're going to fuck up your analytics. You're going to fuck up your viewership. The whole point is to appear single. You think you think a lot of these big streamers aren't wifed up? You say you remember when people found out Alinity was married, her viewers dropped massively. Hold on, Alinity is married? I had no idea. Yeah, it's best to keep shit like that a secret.
But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move because I knew that I would have to move. So I was like, okay, I have to go live and say this so that, you know, kind of force myself to commit to it. Obviously, I didn't move out right away, but after like all of that Rust stuff happened was when the other domestic abuse stuff really started.
And domestic abuse,
he would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me. Destroy walls. Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom.
Bro, she's just airing this out completely. You know, Mizkif, I hope he just, whenever he said he's gonna just air out everything, bro, you might as well just come on stream the next time you fucking go live and just, this chick cooked you. Emiru, I don't want to call her this chick, but Emiru cooked you, bro. The receipts are insane. She's talking about timestamps and days she was streaming, so on and so forth. You say, can we skip this and do something else for this Saturday? Bro, this is out of the norm. Like, usually I'm playing a game or doing some other shit.
Holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him, and he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour and like...
Oh my God. Didn't he just say on his video after this that he would go 150 miles per hour? I don't think he properly prepared. I don't think he properly prepared that statement. Mizkif should have waited, just like Tay said earlier, he should have waited like 3 days before he went live. He should have waited 2 to 3 days to go live. I wouldn't have went live right then and there. I would have just waited 48 hours and really just compiled my shit. Someone on Twitter said he uses ChatGPT text. I know. We kind of got that.
One time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die. Like threatening to kill both of us.
Oh my God. And I gotta hit the sound effect. Oh, so Mizkif is a true blue Zach, like to the core. Man, she's describing this like Mark Wahlberg in fucking Fear to an extent. I'm gonna kill us both. Says she got proof too. I'm pretty sure she does. She's a woman.
And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food and he was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, like, huh, yeah, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about himself while doing it.
Oh my God, bro. This doesn't get any better. It's like the more she continues, the worse it gets. You know what? Hold on, where's my sound effect at?
Look at me in the fucking eyes and say that again!
It's like, it's not getting any better or any easier to listen to. It's like, fuck.
Walked into a room that he was in, and as soon as he saw me there, he threw his phone at the dresser and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better. So basically, I felt like...
Damn, this is actually kind of fucking sad, man. Does she have parents or anything, or like, fuck?
Look at me the...
by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But, I let him hold me while I was crying.
The micro can't be that good.
And he...
I think it's, you know, I think Asian girls just feel safer with white guys. I think that's what it is. And on top of that, I feel like why a lot of Asian chicks prefer to fuck with white guys is because Asian girls' parents, they know that their grandkids are still gonna basically be Asian. So that's why they don't mind if they're, if their offsprings with white guys. So I think that's why they kind of get a pass. I think that's why Asian girls really geared towards white guys. She's half white, but yeah, I wouldn't been able to tell. You see what I mean?
Started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants.
Oh, all right. It's a wrap for this. Like, what else more needs to be said? I'm still gonna let it play, but I don't know. I guess maybe he was thinking it was a movie. Like, you ever see a fucking movie or a show? Like, I was just watching a ghetto black show called Beauty in Black, where the woman repeatedly told her driver to leave, right? I guess she started fucking her driver / bodyguard. She repeatedly told this guy to leave. He's like, no, I'm not leaving. You want this. And she was just like, get out of my office right now. He's like, I'm not going nowhere. And he starts grabbing her box and was like, ooh, I could tell you wet too. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't got the balls to do shit like that. Like, you just can't be acting out scenes in movies. This is what happens when you try to act out scenes in movies. I guess he thought it was sexy or some shit for him to just hop on Emiru and just start kissing her and grabbing her. Like, bro, this is real life. This shit is not a fucking movie. Like, what the
Me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants, and I screamed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, and instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go. And he immediately left my house while I was still crying without checking if I was okay or anything.
On top of that, like, what would make you grab the box right there? Like, it wouldn't even have been soaked. Like, she's crying. She's in emotional distress. How was her even going to be grabbable at that particular time? This is why I'm a firm believer women make the moves first. Like that. There's no way I would have thought, let me just, you know what, my girl's crying her eyes out. Yeah, I kissed her forehead. Boom. All right, time to grab.
And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense. I felt like I'd cause trouble for so many other people if I ever said anything bad about him, or if I caused rifts in our friend group or streamer group. I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in, and also I still cared about him a lot, and I still at that point had hope that things would get better and that he would improve. And he'd also always hammer into me how he never physically abused me because he never hit me, and he would coach me and tell me to tell people or other streamers who were asking about it because they were concerned. He would say tell them that I never hit you, make sure that they know that I never hit you. Around the same time, this was during OnlyFans 2, so exactly. I guess
So my thing is this, just like everybody kept saying in chat, the self-awareness is literally at a 0%. What would make you think Emiru is never gonna mention any of this one day? That's the crazy thing. Like, he would have been better off just airing the shit out himself. Like, when a woman is holding on to this much trauma, right? She's got to talk to somebody one day. And then she's a streamer, so it makes it 10 times worse. Sometimes as a streamer, you feel like the only people you talk to throughout that day maybe was your chat, maybe was your stream. Streaming is fun, right? If you do it well, for me, it's fun, but it's also a way to vent. It's also a way to speak to people. Like me, I can go a whole day not talking, right? until I hop on stream. So like it was only evident that one day she probably was gonna mention this shit.
He would often message me in the middle of my streams and berate me for things like playing the same class as him in WoW because he thought it would make people think that I was better than him.
Damn. Bro, this is the most Zach bullshit I've ever... what the fuck? Are you really just fucking playing in the same class as me? You know what? You know what? I'm tired of it.
Look at me in the fucking eyes and say that again!
And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be thrown away. But if I performed too well, I was going to be punished. And I actually wanted to show some of those messages. Because obviously a lot of these things, I'm not gonna fully read these out because I honestly just don't want to read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to like kind of...
Damn, she got a whole fucking folder.
Show what I'm saying.
You know what else I think is real squeegee-ish about the shit too?
To...
Why do these motherfuckers communicate in Discord? This is the same motherfucker that was like this is the same kind of shit that happened before. Like, didn't the last thing we covered where the chick tried to air out Corey because he didn't want a relationship with her and she posted Discord messages. The weirdo that the chick was found in the back of his car, that was Discord messages. Like, I didn't know that male and females communicate on Discord. That's odd to me. I didn't say I find essay funny. I'm laughing at the sound effect.
Look at me in the fucking...
Don't come in here with that lame shit. Don't even try it on me, bro. Too weak 'em. Don't ever try to... Don't even try that shit with me.
We're sorry.
Don't come in here late, not knowing what the fuck we're laughing at and try to pin some bullshit on me.
And again, this was all happening while I was live. You can...
Look, they even have like the same like animations at the corner of their screen. Like his is a frog and hers is like a cute bunny.
Literally go find the stream and see me trying to deal with this while I'm live in the middle of a dungeon trying to just play the fucking game.
Bro, look at these long ass messages. The other word.
Tank Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism. The you're worse than Emmys. The Emmy is so much better. The people saying you're better in every chat. The comparisons says nobody will ever be on my side. Let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you not to become a tank. You didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. And like I said, you can go find the stream. But for context, I was playing Warrior in World of Warcraft in like a level 24 dungeon. It was like Silverpine. Like, it was just like, it wasn't even like, it was like dog shit gameplay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, so, yeah.
I'm just in disbelief that he was crashing out on Emiru for what class she played in. Thank you for the gold pledge, Joe the Animator. I'm really fucking blown away here. Like, this is crazy. Like, this shit is like worse than like probably the shit that Kanye West was texting to Kim. Like, imagine the shit that she can leak. That's equivalent. You said the last message was crazy? Hold on, let me... Which one?
It was like Silverpine.
Which one are you telling me to read? Which last one is crazy? The fourth one, or were you talking about the sixth? This one right here? Bro, I really don't want to read them all. She didn't even want to read them all. You said he's got to be rocking a micro. I don't even know why you got timed out. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you really act like this if you have a BBC? You know what I did always say? No BBC equals anger. Maybe this is a prime indication. Yo, remember that one song Lotto had where it was called Big Energy? How she said she likes big energy. You know, when you got to package the swinging accordingly. there's just some things that just don't bother you. I mean, the thing about it is like he still went live and got like 50 pieces and everything like that. So I mean, Mizkif has built he's built a fan base that regardless of what happens, they're gonna rock with him. Same shit when the thing happened with the Doctor Disrespect. He still had people pulling up, pumping super chats into his stream like no tomorrow. So, but will he lose some viewers and what does he have a negative stigma to him? Absolutely. A girl that you're in a relationship with accused you of SA, which is sexual assault, verbal assault, aka, yeah, mental, so on and so forth. So it doesn't look good at all. It's gonna increase her viewership. It'll increase Mizkif's viewership until he's done talking about the situation, but ultimately, he loses in this one because now anybody in his space is gonna be like, wait a minute, Emiru, like, who was he actually talking about? Like when he was talking shit about streamers, like, was it me? So it just opens up too many other stargates that lead to bullshit.
But you think that's the end? It is unfortunately not. I haven't spoken to him since January of this year. It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started.
I mean, he's not going to jail, but I don't think she's gonna press charges. But she
did
try to
contact me over 40 times.
Fuck his career up.
Over 40 times
for sure.
individually this year in individual texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls.
Damn, he tried all that.
And
so he was hitting her up. She wasn't responding, but she just said she was documenting everything.
At first it started simple, be confusing messages or like him expressing he was worried about things. At first it wasn't anything weird.
And so he was just blowing her up like this. And she just ignored him and documented everything. Bro, this is like shit like this is like text like this I'm expecting from like a chick. Can you please answer my phone? Look how she blew that one up. Just let me in the fucking house. What's this shit you got? This is fucking insane, bro. Look, this is crazy. Bro, she pulled up all the Discord DMs, all the fucking Instagram DMs. Any place he DM'd her, she's plastering the shit on screen. This is making him look so fucking bad. Bro, I've never seen a crash out this crazy on public display.
And keep in mind, this is only things that he sent to me. I can't document all the things that people told me that he was saying.
I had a question. Has Mizkif ever fucked with like any hot chicks on stream? Somebody said it in chat that kind of resonated. You said when you lose your first bad bitch. It must have been something about Emiru that just made him just. Sometimes you just meet like a certain chick in life that you feel like you'll never find another one like that again. Emiru must have been like that for him.
It's just kind of a funny.
Thank you for the
note,
silver pledge. Whiskey, bro.
I would like to highlight this message because doesn't really matter, but I ran it through a ChatGPT checker and all the highlights. Like I said, doesn't really matter. I just thought it was interesting.
I mean, I don't think Asian chicks are size queens anyway, unless they, graduate to BBCs.
The messages were just simple things, like him saying he was worried about things or saying no one was talking to him, which I don't think was even true at the time. I think he was just saying that to try to guilt me into responding to him. I'm not sure about that, of course. This also extended to in-person interactions because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication and, we would be fine going to the same events and parties and such. I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through personal private communication, but I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person. Because this was after he came back from his first trip to Japan.
So she's also labeling him a stalker.
There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there, and I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space. I'll have my space. You know, it's not a big deal. We're adults, right? During this party, I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me, but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just in your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends. And at some point, Nick was like, it's too fucking loud down here. Let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs. Let's just go, you know, chill in a room and like talk where it's not so loud. And I was like, okay. So they, as a group.
Oh, I heard this is a rumor. I heard that this chick's not actually his sister. Bacon Bits Oink. Thank you for the prime. You reminded me to never eat swine.
Went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to
Yeah, I heard that's not his sister.
Because someone like stopped me and was talking to me.
I don't know if it is or it's not.
And I did feel like, I mean, he was like standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But I went upstairs. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and, you know, our other friends. And then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens. It's Miz. He opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, ooh, and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like, what the fuck? But again, I was still trying my best to, you know, give the benefit of the doubt, like, you know, maybe it's just like an awkward situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs, and he was checking every room. And then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick, he closed the door and started laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, you know, how you guys broke up for the next, like, however many hours of the night. So you were in with Nick.
So is this the
He closed the door and started
what was the cat called? Cheddar?
laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, you know, how you guys broke up for the next.
And this couldn't have been any more perfect. Then Cheddar runs in the background after she talked about how Cheddar was being threatened by Mizkif. Just everything's just too damn perfect about this. Let me see what the fuck you're doing. I mean, is there anything else? I mean, how much more can she bury Mizkif? Like, yeah, if I was him, I just wouldn't have went live.
Ray and Senna told me that they were messaging him, being like, "Bro, like, stop."
I kind of want to wrap it up. I don't know how much more she could bury this guy, to be honest. Like, what else more needs to, like, what else is even left to say? Like, yeah, exactly. He should have never went live. Like, I wonder if he watched any of this before he went live. Because she just completely just aired this out completely. Like, there's almost like, and if there's more, it makes it even worse. Bro, she just cooked this guy for 2 hours straight. I'm just going to round it up, all right? She cooked him for 2 hours straight. And it was like surgically done too. It just wasn't, oh, let me just go live and cry. And I just don't know, like, oh my God, like, Mizkif, like, no, this shit was, it was just done. It was just a proper, I don't even want to call it a hit piece because it's just, I mean, there's actual, they were in a relationship and there's actual like facts about things. But damn, I mean, if he was talking all the calm shit before, I mean, I'm curious to see how Mizkif is going to deal with this shit. I mean, he's still going to have some sort of viewer base. I mean, he's Mizkif, but bro, she really, I wonder what made Emiru just wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to bury this completely. I wonder what made her do this. It must have been something that was really, really, and I mean really eating up her conscience for her to just make a 2-hour hit piece on Mizkif after like all these years. Because what were they rocking? They were rocking for like, he was doing it to other women too. Yeah, that's what people were saying earlier. Yeah, exactly. We seen the stream. We watched it live when he was talking about it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said earlier. I felt like the TwitchCon thing really made her go back to a dark place. So she probably just had things to get off of her conscience. And I think this was like the last bit of redemption that she might have mentally needed to get off of her chest. And unfortunately, it just had to be Mizkif that was in the line of fire. Miz Twitch contacts are fried, but he will fall off. He'll still have a viewer base. Damn, this is great. So hold on. Tectone doesn't f Mizkif anymore either. I think he's gonna get locked up. No, because I mean, isn't it like a statute of limitation? I mean, it's been multiple years. Like, if this happened in 2021, 2022, actually, nah. I mean, I don't think she's gonna press charges. I think she just really wanted to like send a hit piece. He said Mizkif was doing this beforehand. No one listened. Nah, he ain't gonna retire. Bro, if he's yelling at his ex-girlfriend while they were together, if he was yelling at his girl that she had more viewers and why did you pick a tank? Come on, bro. This is actually one of the most ridiculous things I've ever witnessed. Like, I've seen chicks air out dudes that they were in relationships, parentheses, or fucked around with on an actual real level before, but this is just like, it's not like it's just some random chick like reaching for random shit, right? This is like it's also just too well done. For her to do this for 2 hours straight, it's it must have been something I was just really on her conscience. Yeah, she's the one that let it out that they were in a relationship, so on and so forth. I wonder what this does to like Mizkif. He's still gonna be able to stream, right? But I mean, is she doing this to possibly get Mizkif banned or something like that, or is she doing this to like? I just wonder what the aim really was here. To end his career? I mean, it's definitely gonna put a big dent in it, because what chicks want to be associated with somebody that's labeled when a woman is saying it out of her mouth of this notoriety and S-air? Ludwig ruined Mizkif's career already. This just solidified it. Yeah, bro, this shit got 1 million fucking views, damn near. Over 500,000. Everybody on Twitch is watching it, for goodness sakes. We've been watching it for we've been fucking with this for hours. She's doing it because she wants him to leave her alone. I mean, yeah, she clearly showed the text messages as well of him just completely blowing her up on infinite levels on multiple platforms. I wouldn't even, bro, I would have sent one text like, hey, how's it going? She would have never responded. I would have been like, oh. I wouldn't be like, just let me in the fucking house. Like, I wouldn't have hit her on IG, Discord, text messages, Twitter. Like, I think he tried every form of social media and contact in general. Do I think the pH levels are confident? I mean, they would have to be for him to be crashing out like this. But that's a different story. You said he also allowed SA in his streamer house party. He's a horrible person. He said you don't believe it, she's fake. If you know her as long as I have, it's crazy. I mean, I wonder if Mizkif is this type of person where he'll just bring everybody down with him. He's like, you know what? You guys are trying to make me seem like I'm a fucking crash out. You guys are trying to make me seem like I'm fucking crazy. I'm gonna just fucking show everything. Like, I'm not gonna be just sitting here just getting while everybody paints me as this fucking bad guy. Everybody's going to crash and burn. If you guys think you're gonna, you know what? Everybody's gonna get with me. Might just be like, he might just do it. You said he literally did that. He responded. He said it on Twitter. I gotta check. Yeah, like me saying this shit, I'm not trying to say anything, any ill will towards Mizkif or anything like that. I'm just literally reading what's going on. I'm reacting like a normal reactor. So yeah, you guys, yeah. I just think this is crazy. He posted a video and leaked the text messages saying that she was gonna. Yeah, but was it after he got off stream? Like, did he? You know what I mean? B fam, shout out for the shout out for the 35 months. I could turn it back on now. XQC watched it. Okay, I mean, is there anything more I need to see on Twitter? Since we're here, we might as well look, I guess. Look, you see what I'm talking about? As soon as I go on Twitter, what do I see? A raw crash out. Like, it's like, damn, like, I can't go on Twitter one day without seeing a raw crashing out or doing something wrong. Bro, I just seen something today where it said a dude was confronting his neighbor for loud music. He was in his face. It was both on barbecue time and both bald, black, barbecue guts, fat, whatever. You couldn't hear the audio, but he was like, yeah, nigga, blah, blah, blah. And the shorter, fat, bald dude was like, nigga, what? I seen nothing but derogatory all day on Twitter.
Dude, you know one of my favorite collabs was Emiru, bro.
Oh my god, Emiru was so cool.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Dude, everyone was like so cool.
Emiru, bro, I didn't think Emiru was gonna tap in with us. That's the thing. Because we were with Cinna and Bonnie, but it's just the thing that Emiru, when she popped
So
up, I was
cool.
like, dude, Emiru was like,
I'm not gonna lie, bro, everyone's been so cool so far except for like,
I feel like there has to be like a cancer. Like there has to be like a reason people like, you know what I'm saying? It's always gotta be that one way. But definitely like Emiru was definitely probably one of the best.
You think that phases me at all?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? That like none of this like I don't think you understand. Bro, you can't hurt me. There's nothing you can do.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm not talking about
We
anything.
collabed with Cinna, Bonnie, and Emiru the other day.
That's great, that's fine. Enjoy yourselves, brothers.
Like he really wanted to say, enjoy yourself, ins. I could like read through everything. Why'd he call them brothers? Well, you know what I'm saying? You white guys, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Just like, remember what XQC like said, standing on business, but the way he said it was just like when he was talking about the wrong drama and he said standing on business or something like that, and it was just, you know, it's a way to like Zax throw a subtle jab at blacks. They'll like throw a little twang on it.
Collab with Cinna, Bonnie, and Emiru the other day.
That's great, that's fine. Enjoy yourselves, brothers.
Whoa, bro,
Are you okay?
Are you good?
Are you good? Yeah, I'm
They're like, hold on, did he just basically want to call us? It's like, what's popping?
good. I just gotta go to the bathroom. Like, give me a minute.
Dude,
no, I'm fine.
it's okay.
I know it's okay.
Dude, wait, what's wrong?
Are we in therapy or something, bro?
What
This is
did I
fine.
say?
You said nothing. You said you did a collab. That's cool.
Yeah,
It's fine. I have no problem with that. I told you there's no issue.
You used to live with Emiru, and then all of a sudden you wanted to use Emiru to become bigger, and you couldn't. So then she broke up with you.
And everyone's been like having way more fun and doing way more cooler
saying?
things.
What even are you spinning?
Dude, everyone used to always be in a room. Now she's like going IRL and having fun and doing a lot of cooler stuff now.
It's good thing she disconnected from you because
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
You would have brought down the vibes with Emiru, dude.
Yeah.
And they was just calling this shit a while ago. They was calling this shit mid-year. This shit says, go to MP 4th of July party.
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in.
He said, Emiru has a lot of rabbits. Fuck. That was the rebuttal. Oh, man. Mizkif, man. We'll see how he deals with it. Hopefully he doesn't or anything like that. Hopefully I'm definitely somebody that is a firm believer that any woman that's authentically SA'd, crabby, shout out for the 3 months, they do deserve a voice,
I can't believe he said she threw clothes and pillows, then proceeds to throw his phone and punch holes in his walls. WTF.
Exactly. Thank you for the 3. Like I said, I'm always gonna resonate with women who say that they've gone through essays, so on and so forth. Men were very powerful as far as strength, at least some of us, right? So it's got to be a real scary feeling. We'll just say in any situation, it's got to be a real scary feeling when a woman feels like she can't get a guy off of her. You know what I mean? So for her to come out after all these years and say that she felt like she was essayed, that he had did something against her will, so on and so forth. I mean, I gotta respect it. I mean, it is a woman at the end of the day, and who am I as a man to say that she's capping or lying about the situation? She seemed very passionate with what she was speaking on. We watched both reactions. Hers seemed like it came from a deep, dark diary, from a place of hurt, from a place of, I don't even want to say resentment, but from a place of just, I need to get this off of my chest, especially what happened with the big beastie nigga that came up and tried to kiss me. And then we all watched Mizkif's, and it definitely seemed like it was more of a storybook Dr. Seuss type of vibe to it. It just, you should have just said it from scratch with no chat GPT. All right. So what she did today was, I'm not sure if he'll ever be able to shake it. So we'll see what happens in the future with that. That's it on that for me.